During the winter of 2015, the residents of Hampton Bay, Long Island woke up to what they say was the worst smell they had ever experienced. Mysteriously, overnight, 1,000 fish had died in the canal. After thorough analysis, they found that the oxygen levels in the water were too low, and all the fish had drowned. Upon hearing the news, many had questions like, how does a fish drown? Don't they have gills? Don't they have a fin and a tail? They said things like, aren't they built to survive in that environment? Perhaps this is the best analogy for my depression. This angry deity, this jealous God, this thirsty shadow that wrings my joy like a dish rack, turns every conversation into a conveyor belt that always begins with the phrase, you look tired today. To be honest, getting out of bed has become a magic trick, and I'm probably the worst magician I know. The sadness is the only clean shirt I have left, and my washing machine has been broken for months. When people ask me how I'm doing, I want to say, my daughter's 4 years old, and I'm still not sure if I'm a good father. I want to say that my dad has been diagnosed with dementia. There might be a day where I walk into the room, and he doesn't recognize me. And I've always wanted us to start all over, but I guess you gotta be careful what you ask for. I guess when you pray for something, you have to be a little more specific. I want to say, crickets have been known to eat their own wings, and I too have a tendency to destroy what helps me get off the ground. I really want to say that I'm not in a good place right now, but that's not a polite answer. So instead, I pretend it's Halloween, and I jack-o'-lantern my face into something acceptable and tell others I'm fine until it sounds like the truth. But sometimes there's a help me change to the angle of it I'm doing okay, sometimes I'm fine, is the quickest way to say I don't want to talk about it. Sometimes all the oxygen in the room becomes water. I feel like I'm sinking to the bottom, like I'm running out of air. But I made a promise to myself that I won't be another drowning fish, that I will not die in this canal. I heard that if you just take a deep breath and relax, that the human body will naturally float on top of the water. So I breathe, and I tell myself it's going to be okay. I cry, but I tell myself it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, because I know there is a better version of me somewhere in the future. He is looking at this moment right here, and he is saying, Rudy, thank you for not giving up on us. A few days ago, I was reading, and I saw a run-on sentence. And I thought, you know, it could have just ended right there. But it found a reason to keep going. I smiled and I said, well, same.